This is the most recent spread I've done, and yeah, I really do like it. What they do is they grow on me. I don't know what it is about them, but these spreads. So this is the one that basically it says environmental art is art that addresses social and political issues relating to the natural and urban environment. The term came into use in the late 1960s and is often related to land art. Now, I wrote that on a little yellow post-it note in my other sketchbook, in my A4 size sketchbook some time ago, probably last year, year before, I'm not sure. Didn't date it or anything like that, but it was just, but I was looking for some text to add to this spread, and which is, it was a manifesto for the sea is where is the title, and this really gorgeous blue I had left over from the previous day, because this is a sneak review view of that one, but I'll talk about that one in a minute. So I did this yesterday, and yeah, I think the sea element is strong, but I also think that there's a sense of nets here and here. We're talking about, aquamarine life and how it's under threat because of the way that the sea or the ocean is polluted, and the fishing continues to, well, get rid of a lot of fish species, and we're talking about, and we're talking about whales and, the huge mammals. They are becoming extinct in some places. So this one was a really a great, this one I claimed as environmental art, and it was a good time to make that claim. The other one prior to this was sort of going that way. Now this one, it gives me the vibe of Sunset Boulevard. It's still got an environmental art vibe, and the text itself explains all of that. I'm not going to bring it in, I can't even read it from looking at this video, but it is, I think it's a really lovely spread, and the colours pop, and what I love about this spread is I used transparent paints for the colours red, and I think some of the other colours as well. I think this one was, yeah, I've forgotten. Not the blue. The blue was gouache paint, but those colours really do go well together. And I think the yellow is, yeah. What I like about this is the composition, and again, text is there that relates to the artwork and expresses the artwork. So they kind of, I like this idea of bringing text, and this is from the Guardian. Last year's Guardian supplementary, Saturday supplementary, and then I'm going to go back further. This one, yeah, again, I love the background colours. I think this blue works really well, and the text. Now this is interesting because I chose a piece about Margaret Atwood, and I do find her really fascinating in terms of the way that she writes speculative fiction, and the way that she looks into the past, and the research that she does about societies that lived years ago, and how she brings that into the present and the future, and how some of the things that she has written about it kind of is a bit weird, because when you think about the past, you think, well, that would never happen again, but actually some of the things are, yeah, they're coming back, or they're happening again. But and yeah, so it's an interesting piece, she talks about zigzags in terms of, she talks about crocodiles. She's just making a comment, because this is a book of essays. One of the essays she's written about is about crocodiles who, the way to run away from them is to zigzag, because they're not very good at turning corners apparently. But which was interesting because I did some zigzag markings. So, you know, this is very subtle, but I did like, that was my first attempt to add in text from the page. And this was a culture page. All these text pieces of text were book reviews. That's what they were. In the culture page of The Guardian on a Saturday that I bought last year. I'm going to stop now.